or goals, I should say, in the last 5 games. What do you think of that?
Well, obviously they're a team that once they get rolling, they are hard to stop. But I think if the Lady Hatters, they can contain the CB West attack and they can counter, I think they have a good chance to win this game.
As we look at the standings right now, Continental Division, first place and a tie, CB South and CB West 4-0. Third place, CB East. Fourth place, your Lady Hatters 2-2. Overall, a pretty good team. Fifth place, North Penn, also a 2-2. Sixth place, Quakertown, 1-3. Souderton, kind of having down low season, but Henridge, last year they were up high in the standings, 0-4. Right now, I don't know. But looking into this game, watching the JV game, as we identified, Lawrence Swayze, the coach of Hatboro-Horsham, the JV game was a blowout for Central Bucks.
Yeah, they scored 6 straight goals at the end there.
6 straight goals. Lawrence Swayze, Lady Hatters head coach. You know, Hatboro-Horsham, you know, 4th season for her. Hatboro-Horsham, so far last year, you know, they had a great run, made it to the state playoffs, lost in the second round in a tough game against Wissahickon. You know, that was rough. You know, but coming into the season, I think, you know, they're an older team. They're looking because they have six upperclassmen, six seniors.
Only 1 freshman. Now's the time to go get the championship. Coach Swayze's coached the seniors all 4 years here now. I think now is the time you need to go and make your run.
Exactly. You know, now is the time. You know, you want these seniors to have a great season. You know, you want them to go off to college saying, hey, we were the best, and I plan on going to the best college. You know, we lost 4 great players last year. You know, Colby Eldridge, one of those powerhouse players. You know, Emily Braunwell, senior goalie. She committed to University of Richmond to play field hockey. Jenica Tilley, former number 4 senior, she committed to William & Mary to play field hockey. Sid Rousa, she's a junior already. She committed to University of Delaware, so she's going to be a Blue Hen next year or two. Casey Swayze, senior, committed to play at Princeton.
And your Hatboro-Horsham Hatters.
That'll be great news.
Starting lineups for tonight.
All right, here are our starters for the Hatboro-Horsham Hatters. Right middle, sophomore number 7, Gabby Acker. Defensive center, midfielder, number 4, senior Jenica Tilley. Center forward, Jamie DeQuatra, number 15. Keely Henry, number 25. Left middle, number 26, Kelsey Hopkins. Right fielder, number 2, Sid Rousa. We also have Brenna Riley, sophomore, number 10. She is going to be playing mid, center back. Abby Rusnick, left forward, number 17. Offensive center, mid, number 13, senior Casey Swayze. Right back, Caitlin Wallace, and in goal, number 90, Emily Braunwell.
Junior number 4.
Get a look at the CB West Bucks bench. You know, don't make any predictions because, you know, either team, you know, they have the capability of making it a blowout.
Either team can come out here. Either team can win it in a close game. Either team can win it in a blowout.
As we look at the starters for the Central Bucks West Lady Bucks, forward / midfielder, number 2, Avery Cox. Goalkeeper, number 35, Brianna DeAngelis. Defensive player, number 39, Jacqueline Fitzgerald. Forward, number 54, Kimberly Hitchcock. Midfielder, number 34, Marissa Ward. Defensive, number 4, Emily Halderson. Midfielder, number 3, Anna Hall. Defensive, number 18, Arama Wexler. Midfielder, number 6, Bryn Bullion. Number 7, forward, Kadara Smith. And rounding up the starters for the Bucks, forward, number 9, Taylor Mason.
Standing goal, senior Brianna DeAngelis.
Hatters bench there. Hatters JV got blown out, but you can't really say anything about JV because they don't have that varsity experience.
You can't really compare JV and varsity. You can't always tell the level of drop off between varsity and JV. So I think the game earlier has no impact on this game.
Yeah, I mean, as you can tell, both teams are great powerhouses. But we would love to say that this year we added a couple great sponsors. Tonight's
Defensive center mid, Number 4.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Horizon Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services, the premier plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company, and by Fast Signs. More than fast, more than science. It's Fast Signs with 2 locations in Montgomeryville and Doylestown.
Left back, number 25, junior Keely Henry.
As the Hatters starting lineups being announced. Now we'd like to think of the storylines. Hatboro-Horsham coming off of a win against Quakertown last time out. Incredible game. 7-1 over Quakertown.
Forward, number 2, junior Sid Rausa. Center back, sophomore, number 10, Brenna Riley. Left forward, sophomore, number 17, Abby Rusnak. Offensive center mid, senior, number 13, Casey Swayze. Right back, sophomore, number 34, Caitlin Wallace.
Yeah, just trying to fill the time, but other players to watch for the Hatters: Jamie DeQuatro, Kaylee Henry, Sid Rausa, Gabby Acker, Brenna Riley, Abby Rusnak. All of these girls more than capable, and they're all young players. They got another 2 years here, Hatboro-Horsham. Well, you would love to see them go off to college. Colby Eldridge went to Miscordia. We got a couple players going to Princeton. Casey Swayze committed to Princeton.
Yeah, I mean, while the time is here for the seniors to get it, obviously there's a chance for them going forward to be a competitive team in this league.
As we will now rise to respect our nation's flag. All right, there was the national anthem here at Hatter Stadium as we get set for game time. PIAA varsity field hockey played with 30-minute halves with a 15-minute intermission. There's the wonderful American flag as Hatters trying to get a game plan. What do you think they're going to do tonight offensively?
I think they're going to move the ball. They're gonna try and get it into the corners, cross it in. They're going to try and get short corners. I think they're going to just try and create as many chances as they can, however they can. Really, you shoot the ball. Anything can happen if you shoot the ball. So I think that's got to be their strategy tonight.
I think Emily Braunwell, she's going to have a good, solid game tonight. She's got to look for that ball, especially because it's a night game. She's got to look for that ball just a little bit better.
Yeah, especially it being a night game. CB West being a very good team, a very high-scoring team. She's got to be on her game tonight, hopefully. I think she will be.
All right, as we get ready for action here, Central Bucks West will be on the left side. If you're looking from the broadcast booth perspective, will be on the left side of the 50-yard line. Hatters defending on the right.
Hatters in their whites, Central Bucks in their black and yellows.
As we get ready for game time here. Play begins. Already, Central Bucks taking advantage of the time that they have, going deep into the Hatter zone already. Pass kind of slid up, almost tricked the Hatters defense. Shot blocked by Braunwell. Ball's loose. Braunwell trying to keep it. Ball goes out.
Good defense down there. You saw 5 Lady Hatters and the goalie there in the crease trying to block the shot.
Already aggressive play by the Lady Bucks. They have great stick handling. You know, they're all around. They are a powerhouse team. And tonight we're seeing 2 great teams going against each other. But the question is, who will crack first?
Both teams here doing a good job moving the ball, keeping the ball moving. Don't give anyone a chance to double team you or give you a chance to get the ball taken
As
away from
Braunwell
you.
kicks that one out, ball will go out. Hatters get possession.
Good clear there leads to this nice counter.
Hatters still have possession deep into the Bucks territory. Sid Rausa leading that charge. Bucks regain possession, taking it about to about midfield. Hatters blocks, and it'll be Hatters possession on the whistle blown. Ball's being played about midfield, clearing into the Bucks territory. Rausa.
Looking middle.
Great block by the Central Bucks goalie. Central Bucks goalie Brandon DeAngelis, excellent there on that block. As I said, this is going to be the tale of 2 goalies. Both goalies can have outstanding games. It's just got to be the point where who is going to crack first.
And both goalies are going to get a lot of pressure. We talked about CB West getting 8 goals, averaging 8 goals in their last 5 games, and the Lady Hatters getting 7 goals last game. Good defense there for the Lady Hatters.
Hatters playing aggressively. I would say as of right now, Hatters are playing very aggressively. They're wide awake into this one. Ball goes out. Hatters will still have possession though. Number 26 for the Hatters, Kelsey Hopkins. CB clears it to about midfield. However, Hatters regain it back into the defense. Bucks clearing back into Hatters territory. Bucks have an open area. Let's see what they do with it. Hatters
Good
defense
defense
grabs
there,
it.
good jump.
Yeah, excellent defense. Both teams showing stellar defense early here in the first half of play. 26-25 left. You know, last year, you know, you had all these great players. You know, you had Colby Eldridge. You know, she was one of the star players of this team. And she's now playing field hockey up at Misericordia. So.
Yeah, she's gone. Hatters have found replacement for her, though. It's been more of a replacement by committee, though, so far. No one has really dominated games like she was able to.
And Colby Eldridge, she was one of the captains of the team, but Casey Swayze, huge player. She's an impact player. She's got the height advantage by far. She's probably one of the most tallest girls I've ever seen on field hockey. You know, she's got the speed, she's got the strength, she can handle the ball well. She's about a pretty good, maybe top 95 percentile of players.
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, her physical assets, her height, her speed are really a good thing to have in field hockey.
Hatters regain ball control. Still in their own territory. Ball's cleared into
Good
the
chop
box.
on.
Hatters trying to make a run. Looks like they got something going with Rausa. As you know, this is AstroTurf Field. It's a multi-purpose stadium, so referees are judging on the outer red lines, not the normal football end zones. The outer red lines are the dimensions for field hockey, and as you noticed, the goals are different than, soccer goals. They're smaller, and there's cardboard in the back end. Nice
Good kick
block
out.
by the Bucks goalie.
Good kick out by the Bucks goalie there.
Number 35, Brianna DeAngelis. Already, she's 2 for 2 on saves.
Yeah, she's made 3 big plays already. 2 good saves and a good step up to help keep this game scoreless.
Like we said, in offensive strategy, and defensively, goalies got to kick the balls out. They can't make mistakes, because if you make a mistake here, it could be the difference of a game.
Yeah, especially with 2 electric attacks here. You make a quick mistake, they can put it in the back of the net very easily.
Ball is deep into Bucks territory. Whistle will be blown. Hatters will regain possession.
Hatters free hit here.
Swayze.
Good ball in the
Ball's
middle,
loose.
misses a few sticks.
Hatters see if they can try to score here. They had the opportunity. There we go, number 4, Jenna Tilly. Whistle will be blown. Tilly goes down. Looks like she's all right, though. Probably a little turf slip up.
Good clear there. Lady Hatters have done a good job so far of putting the pressure on CB West, trying to get a goal here early.
Yeah, already 7 minutes into the first half of play, it's been dominated by the Hatters. Maybe they were watching the JV game, saw where their defensive was. Maybe they actually took some advice. They know who's coming in. They know that there's a lot on the line for this game. As you're trying to derail the freight train almost, because this team has so much momentum. It's incredible. Kadara Smith and Jenica Tilly were going there. Ball's cleared by the Hatters into Bucks territory, and a whistle will be blown, and it'll be Bucks possession. 22-22 left in the first half.
Good hit in there by Kelsey Hopkins, but a CB West free hit.
Whistle is blown. Looks like a card will be issued.
Yeah, Jamie DeQuatra gets a card there. She's going to come out for a few minutes.
She's got it. Cooler heads must prevail. You can't lose one of your top players in this, because if you lose one of your top players, this is a game of tug of war. It's a huge game of tug of war. You lose one of those cogs, you're done. She's got to calm down. In a couple minutes, she gets some water in her, takes a deep breath, realizes, I need to be out there, and I cannot make a mistake. She'll come back out, she'll play her heart out, and hopefully it'll result in a Hatboro-Horsham win. Bucks after the free hit. Bucks trying to clear it into the Hatters' territory. It's been a dominated game by the Hatters so far, and that is what we want. Hatters, they know they're a more than capable team of putting up double digits on goals. The problem is they've met good teams who can counter that.
Yeah, and 8 minutes in, it's not just a hot start anymore. It's a dominating game so far.
Talking about the Bucks right now, their record in the last 2 years, 25-4. That's an incredible record that, state semifinals in 2012, districts 2012 and 2013, second place in the Continental League those past 2 years as well.
Yeah, they obviously are a very skilled team. Their record shows that.
They're a powerhouse team. Hatters should be more than glad to be able to play a good team. Great defense by the Hatters there. Ball will be given over to the Hatters, or not. A little over 20 minutes left. Like we said earlier, PIAA field hockey varsity, 2 30-minute halves. One of the beauties of this game is One goal could make a difference. Overtime could make a difference.
We could have a shootout, 10-9 shootout.
Although shootouts are very, very, very superstitious. You know, some players, you know, they go up with their stick a certain way at a certain field. You know, the audience is, you could drop a pin on the turf and everybody could hear it. As the ball is cleared by the Hatters into the Bucks zone. Hatters are deep. Bucks will take it, however. As that ball is cleared in the air, whistle will be blown. Hatters take it, looking to clear.
Good defense there.
Good defense. Amazing defense by number 4, Jenna Cotilli. She gets the ball cleared.
Just barely misses the outlet there to Sid Rauza.
Now you talk about all these good names. You got Braunwell, Cotilli, DeQuattro, Hopkins, Rauza. Looking at the team, there's only one freshman on varsity. Number 21, Vanessa Roy. Maybe we'll see her come into this game. But they're primarily an older team. You know, they want to go for that championship. But looking at the up-and-coming, you know, you got Victoria Mullen, Brenna Riley, Abby Rusnak, Heather Tim, and Caitlin Wallace. They're all sophomores. You know, when they get to that second and third year of the program, second, third, and fourth year of the program, they know Coach Swayze. They have all the confidence in the world. Maybe they can bring home that championship. As the Bucks go very deep. Shot on goal. Goal by the Bucks.
Good shot there by the Bucks.
Right through. As we said, a goal will make a difference. Number 2 for the Bucks, Avery Cox with her goal. She's the senior. As the CBUS Bucks take a 1-0 lead here in the first half of play.
It was a good counter there by CB Bucks overall.
Number 6, Bryn Boylan.
Assist by Avery Cox, scored by number 6, Bryn Boylan. As we can get a replay of the goal here.
It's a good cutback, gets around the defender, puts a good shot just inside the post.
Boylan lower left-hand side for her, and that went right through. 18:34 with the play stopped.
It's kind of funny, we've been talking about it all night. Hatters have controlled the game so far. They probably had the ball in CBUS territory 8 or 9 minutes, and just like that, CBUS comes down on a quick counter and scores.
It's all in that momentum, you know. The momentum can switch, you know. Like I said, they're trying to derail the freight train here, but that freight train just keeps on picking up speed, and it's getting to the point where there's so much weight behind that, it's never going to stop. You know, 7-0 coming in here. What more could you ask for other than, you know, shutting out every single opponent and scoring like 30 goals a game? You know, you're not going to get that. But the goals that they do, they're bad, they're good mistakes. Like, it'll be a mistake where you can learn from and you know where they're going to go with that, where you have the slots open on the defense. It's going to be it's a mistake learning game. We still have stoppage of play here, but the surprising part of it is that one goal already, you know.
And the team that scored the goal does not, in my opinion, the goal does not accurately reflect the way the game has been played. It's been dominated by the Hatters so far.
And one of the things you got to look at is it's still early in the first half. We still got little under 20 minutes of play left here, you know. With the way it's going, you know, both teams, you know, to get better on the defense, you know, we could see a potentially high-scoring offense. Number 15, Jamie DeQuattro, she'll take it for the Hatters.
Back in the game after getting that card earlier.
18:20 left. You know, Hatters, they've given up the goal. They got a couple minutes to think about it. They got some water on them. They took a deep breath and they said, what do we need to do better so we don't let up that goal? No. It's a mistake game. You learn from the mistakes. It is with any game. But tonight more so here because you're trying to derail that freight train. 7-0. CB West unstoppable. Already up 1-0. Last 5 games, we were saying earlier, 41 points. That's an incredible mark for any team.
Yeah, and they're on pace for 6 here tonight already, so they are a team that is going to put up numbers on you. They're going to put up quick goals. They've been countering so far, but I feel like they could take possession and put this game into the Lady Hatters half and try and control the game there.
You know, looking back at the last 2 games for the Hatters, they didn't do so much in the first half. They come back in the second half. Wow, oh wow, oh wow. It is the tale of 2 teams. They make mistakes, they give up a couple goals, but then they look at the holes in the defense, and they're there, and they're making the plays, and they're coming back, and they're winning games.
And if you're looking to do an analogy like that, you could look at the team like the Philadelphia Eagles, where they just put it on in the second half. That's what the Lady Hatters have done here all year.
Yeah, talking about the Eagles, that comeback, they were down X amount of points, back-to-back games. Hatters were down in their last 3 games. They come back to win 2 of them. One of those games, they had a couple injuries. Understandable, you're not 100%. But tonight, if everybody's healthy, this should be a potentially great game. Already, Bucks have it in the Hatters territory, 16:30 left. That's only 1-0. Projected this game, based on, the data and the numbers of the shots.
And the tail of the first 14 minutes.
Looking at it.
Hatters have a real chance to win this. Each team has a real chance to win this.
Guaranteed, I couldn't have said it any better. Looking at the numbers perspective, if you really do want a prediction, it's going to be 6-4 CB West. Just because they can dominate in the second half of games, and they've done that. CB West clears it. Aggressive play by number 7. There's Smith.
Good play, get the ball out wide.
Hatters are just trying to, they're trying to find the holes. As you see, ball is cleared. There's a hole there by the Hatters, trying to make a run for it. See if the ball will go out in time, but it doesn't. Ball's brought back in by the Bucks. About midfield. 15:30 left. Attempted shot by the Hatters misses wide. Ball will be for the Lady Bucks.
Well, just behind Abby Rusnick there. Kelsey Hopkins had her there. If she could have hit her, but it was just a tad bit behind her.
Yeah, Abby Rusnick, she's one of the up-and-coming sophomores. She's one of those players that in the next 1 to 2 years should be one of the top-of-the-line, captains of this team. Hatters still down 1-0 here. Midway through the first half of play, looking at the numbers, both teams are averaging well above 3 goals a game. Looking back, Hatters, Hatters are getting enough points where they can feel comfortable. But the Bucks, 41 in the last 5, that's unstoppable. The momentum of the game through the first half, the less mistakes they make, they should run away with the second half. But the Hatters need to learn from the mistakes that they're making.
Dangerous ball hit through the crease there by CB West.
Ball will go out.
Looks like we're going to get a corner here for CB West.
It's going to be
Hatters
corner.
hit.
Counter. CB West gets it, though. CB West trying to make a move here. It looks almost as if they're trying to scramble for it, because you see a whole lot of black and not a lot of white. Hatters got to take it. They got to take advantages they make. I would go for a medium pass right now, maybe to Rusnick, and she can run with it. She needs to get a good shot, put herself into a position where they can score incredibly easy.
And the good thing about these Hatters forwards, they are fast. They can spread the field for you. If you play a ball deep, they can go and get it. They can bring it to the crease, and they can get a good shot on goal.
Speed, speed, speed are the 3 tools of the night for the Hatters. If you add the additional tool, defense. Defense has been outstanding, but the mistakes that they do make, it costs them. As that shot just goes wide. Whistle will be blown. We got 13:10 left. Coming up in the second half of play, you got to think about it. The mistakes that they're making for both teams. They got to go back. They got to see, where are we now? Where can we be? Ball is cleared almost. Ball is cleared. At midfield. Oh, as we got, that looks like it hurt.
Ow.
As Rusnak is down. That ball looks like it went right off of her knee. Yeah, that's the problem, you know. Those balls, they're pretty decent size. They're about, I'd say about an inch around. They're harder than lacrosse balls. You know, imagine taking one of those off the knee. As Rusnak looks like she's all right.
She's up and she's ready, but that's gotta hurt.
Yeah, it's like taking a 65-mile-an-hour baseball to the knee, but instead it's coming off of a plastic stick. It's like a knuckleball line drive back to the pitcher.
Yeah, that's a good analogy. She's coming out, but she's at the score table ready to come back in.
As we'll have the athletic trainer, Steve Lipinski, he's going to come over, make sure, you know, everything's all right with her, you know. She actually comes right back in.
She's looking like she's moving all right there.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll hurt tomorrow, though.
And just something for you fans at home. When you're looking at the game here, obviously the lines are hard to see, but they are going from the front of the end zone to the front of the end zone on the football field. So if you can use the yard lines to gauge that, that's about where they are.
And also, if you can see at home, if you're watching on a really good television, they're using the orange or red lines. Hatters trying to make a... Hatters score! Hatters tied up with 12:06 left in the first half of play. That goal scored
like
by
Sydney
number
Rousa.
2, Sid Rousa. If she gets her first goal tonight, we got a tie game. Like we said earlier, this momentum can shift. And it has. That goal, excellent play by the Hatters. They ran the ball, they passed it, shot on goal, and we got a tie game we're talking about. As we got the replay by Rousa. Nice shot. Man, that was a fastball.
Goal scored by number 2, Sid Rousa.
That was perfectly well executed. As we get another angle on that shot. Wow, that is just incredible. Bucks have it again. Ball goes out. You know, tied it up. First half of play. Each team scored a goal, but the goal by Rousa was not on a mistake. It was purely fast, hard, and right into the zone.
Yeah, and I think the score now accurately reflects the game, the way the game has been played. The CB West has done a good job of countering, but I think the Hatters have had most of the possession.
Hatters have had more than half the possession this time. You know, Hatters, they made good runs. They've scored. The problem is, can you keep scoring and keep their defense shaken up? Ball's being played at about midfield. Whistle will be blown.
Good defense there by Rousa, but she got a bit too aggressive and committed the foul.
Bucks still have possession. Number 7 for the Bucks, Dara Smith. She's been playing aggressive all night. And she's going to
Yeah, and she got a bit too aggressive there and committed the foul, and the Hatters will get a
Jenica
free hit
Tilly's
to
going to
clear.
get possession. Whistle will be blown. Hatters will regain. 10:30 left. Tied up, you know, that first goal that was scored by CB West, that was a mistake goal. That went right through the hole. And Emily Brunwell, she had it, you know, in the traffic there. She lost it. That's the mistake. She now knows protect the right side. Bucks are trying to take a 2-1 advantage.
Quick counter there and some good defense by the Hatters
Rusnak
leads to a
regains
free
it.
hit. And they're going to get another free hit. They're moving forward at about the 40.
Down midfield now. Swayze's got possession. Swayze to Rusnak. Rusnak hits it. Ball will go out.
Bill, I'm looking at this game. We haven't seen much of that far sideline being used so far, have we? It's been mostly down here near us.
Yeah, you know, one of the better things is that when you keep the game to a certain side, you know, obviously the defense is shifting to the right, the offense is shifting to the left. But one of the things they got to do, they got to crisscross at some point.
Yeah, they got to crisscross. They got to make runs out wide. They can send the ball into the middle.
You know, one of the things they need to do with the Hatters, they need to get that power. As you saw in that goal by Sid Rousa, She really hit it in there, and she hit it really good. You know, they got to use that power. They got to make that pass. If they get that pass well, boom, you got to run. You got the advantage. But it can be a tale of two teams. Hatters can make mistakes. CB West can make mistakes, but obviously those mistakes don't matter as they're undefeated right now. Hatters trying to make another goal. This will be blown.
Good work there by Kelsey Hopkins, earning the Hatters a free hit. They take it quick and they look to the middle.
Ball's kicked away by goalkeeper number 35, Brianna DeAngelis. She's already committed to Monmouth University for field hockey for the Bucks.
And that's her third or fourth big save of the night. Even though it's early, we can start writing those down later in the game if it's still close.
8:30 left here in the first half of play. Ball's cleared into the Hatters territory. Bucks trying to make a run. Nope, no Hatters there. Hatters finally get to it, luckily just in time. They weren't there any sooner. We could have had a 2-1 game. Lots of traffic. Hatters are trying to make a name for themselves, trying to derail that freight train for the undefeated Bucks. Ball's almost cleared, stopped at about midfield by the Bucks. 7:37 left here in the first half of play.
It's been good defense here by both teams so far. They haven't been too aggressive, but yet at the same time they haven't been too conservative. They're letting the other team come at them. And then at just the right time, they're making that jump, they're making that interception, they're making that tackle, and they're going the other way.
And that's the most wonderful thing about this game. It's a game of adjustments. Now, they're making the mistake, they're seeing where the defense is, and they're going where the defense isn't. But luckily, the defense is trained well enough to go where they ain't almost.
Yeah.
Now, they're playing good field coverage. Wherever the ball is, they're right on top of it. It's incredible how good they really are.
It's funny, 2 or 3 minutes ago, we talked about the play being all at the near sideline, all at the...
And they're using the opposite side of the field.
Yeah.
But in the second half, in the first half, if that makes any sense, it's been CB West dominating. Hatters had a good run, but CB West, they're starting to take it after that goal.
Yeah, it's been a tale of two halves so far in this half, where
Ball's
the Hatters have
cleared.
become the counter team, and the CB West has become the team with the possession.
A little under 6 minutes left. Now, coming up in the second half, we're going to bring the third announcer into the game, Mr. Mike Crompton, who is waiting in the wings.
He's looking ready to go and call this game.
Free hit for the Bucks. Let's see what they do here. Ball will go out. Hatters will get possession. Number 25, Keely Henry. Let's see if the Hatters got momentum here, as their Hatters are trying to do something.
Bill, I hate to correct you there, but that was 26, Kelsey Hopkins with the ball down there.
Huh. Looking at the New Jerseys, the numbers are so close together, it's very difficult to tell. Kelsey Hopkins, Keely Henry, they're both outstanding players. As we get ready for the penalty shot. Almost looks like a soccer game, as you can see the way that the defense is aligned.
Good deflection there by the CB West defender, getting the ball out just in time.
Yeah, as you can see with the penalty shot, we haven't seen many of them tonight because both teams have been conservative. But when they set up, it's almost like in soccer where the goalies, they stand there and they block it. But in field hockey, it's girls and they have sticks instead of guys who are sitting there trying to block it with any part of their chest, torso, or head. A little under 5 minutes left here. Hatters are deep, trying to make a name, but they can't make the run. Ball will go the opposite way for the Bucks with number 3.
They're looking to counter quick right
Anna
here.
Hall, she's going to make a move. Number 4 now Emily Halderson. She's going to try to make a move for the Bucks. Hatters still looking for it. Trying to come out with the advantage. Make it a 2-1 game. Maybe they can tack on 2 more. Maybe they can actually upset this team.
Well, I know as much as some people at home would call it an upset, we up here, and especially the Lady Hatters stand on the field, they don't think this is an upset. They think they're going to beat this team.
Yeah, this is going to be coming into this game. You know, I wouldn't say it would be the Las Vegas standards as they do in football, but CB West had the numbers. They have the numbers. They continue to have the numbers to show that they are going to do something. As we'll get another penalty shot for the Hatters. 3:30 left here in the first half of play.
Hopkins giving some instructions before she hits this ball in.
All right, let's see if the Hatters can do something here. Hatters got an open edge, and they make up for it. Swayze in traffic couldn't get on.
Oh, look in middle, missed.
See if Swayze's open. Let's see if they can try to get something with her. It'll be another penalty shot. Wow. Number 7, Gabby Acker. She hits it. Hard hit.
Coming out, though.
Bucks clearing it. Bucks making a run. Hatters defense still trying to catch up. Bucks have an open edge.
They have a girl out wide if they can find her.
Good
defense
stop.
there by the Hatters, though.
2 minutes left.
You wonder if in these last 2 minutes it's been such an up and down game so far, if we're going to see a bit of lull in play, teams being a bit more conservative.
Hatters trying to make a run. Rusnak, she goes. Whoa. Rusnak and the goalie go down. What a fierce collision. Hopefully they're both all right. In goal, Brianna DeAngels colliding with sophomore Abby Rusnak.
Jumped off her line just a bit too late and
Yeah,
committed the foul.
it really did look like a freight train that got hit as both players go down. Hopefully they are all right, but they do look all right.
Abby Rusnak took that ball in the knee earlier. Hopefully she's not feeling anything and can keep playing for the Lady
Abby
Hatters.
Acker. Less than a minute to go. Hatters trying to make a 2-1 lead after being down by 1 early. Hatters
And I'll
still
tell you
have
what-
it. 30 seconds to go.
I'll tell you what, Sydney Rouse so far tonight, she's been hitting the ball hard, she's been hitting it low, and she's been making a lot of issues for the CB West defense.
All right, let's see if Hopkins can do anything. 20 seconds.
Looking dangerous here, just 10 seconds left though, they gotta hurry up.
And in the second half, we'll welcome Mr. Mike Crompton to the booth. If you remember, last year, older brother Andrew graduated. He was part of the HHTV crew. As the clock will run down, and that'll be the end of the first half of play here at Hatter Stadium. Going into the second half of play here at halftime, Hatters won, and the Central Bucks, West Bucks also won. And we will be back with highlights after this commercial break.
Everybody's moving up for the Lady
Everybody's
Hatters
moving
here.
up.
We were wrong. There is still a short corner in.
They're going to extra time. And that'll be it. Guess they decided.
And we're pretty sure this will be it this time.
This will be it. Both teams going to the half tied at 1. We'd like to thank Mr. Will Tompkins for joining us in the first half of the game, and we welcome in Mr. Mike Crompton for the second half. 7 minute halftime. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Television network continues to be your source for Hatboro-Horsham School District information and events. HHTV produces a variety of programming that informs, educates, and entertains the Hatboro-Horsham community. Our News You Can Use show highlights events and student achievement in the school district. And each of our 7 primary principals speaks about their brand of education on the Principles of Learning talk show. And want to know what kind of instruction our students receive? Well, tune in to Celebration of Excellence, which focuses on innovation instruction by our teachers. Outlining our school district plans and goals is Superintendent Dr. Curtis Griffin in Talk Soup. HHTV also covers many sports events, concerts, and special events throughout the school year. A combination of students and staff power the engine behind HHTV that is available on Comcast, Verizon, YouTube, and our website. Most events are streamed live for your viewing convenience. HHTV, highlighting excellence in education. HHTV streams most live television events to the district website. To view the stream, click on the link located at the right-hand side of the home page where you can find an event live stream schedule. Now you can tune in from anywhere on your computer and most mobile devices.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hatter Stadium. Varsity field hockey. Central Bucks West 1, Hatters 1. We welcome in Mr. Mike Crompton into the booth. What are you thinking so far with the game?
I think the Hatters are looking good against the Central Bucks team that's undefeated. They are playing their game they need to play. They're attacking their zone. They're putting shots on goal. The Central Bucks West goalie has been unstoppable tonight, all over the Hatters shots.
I think it's incredible what they've been doing so far, but we'd like to help the field hockey team out as they have a fundraiser at Chipotle. Why don't you come on out and support the field hockey team Tuesday, October 7th. Support the HH field hockey team at Chipotle. Get a burrito, get a taco, get whatever you want. Chipotle. Be there, be square. As we look at the highlights of the first half of play, not much to show, but outstanding defense. Here's our halftime highlights.
With a 1-1 game, you know, it's mostly all defense. Both teams have gotten shots on goal. Central Bucks goal has been unstoppable, as I said before. She's been all over the net. You can't get anything past her.
Except that one mistake. Here's that goal by Sid Rouse. Did you see the speed on that thing? It was
incredible.
Like bang, bang.
I don't know how she does it.
She is incredible at what she does, you know. Looking back, you know, thinking about it, Central Bucks coming into this game, they were supposed to be the blowout queens. Undefeated, 4-0 in conference play. As you look at the Hatters benches there, trying to get the offensive defensive strategy, what do you think they're looking for in the second half of play?
I think it's just attacking that goalie. You got to keep putting shots on her and just find holes in this defense to get into their zone. Stay in your own zone. Don't let them get into your zone and get shots on Emily Braunwell. Don't put the pressure on her. Put the pressure on yourself. Attack the zone, attack the goalie, and try to get something past her. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game till the end.
You know, looking at it, 41 points in the last 5 games for the Bucks. An incredible number for any team. Hockey, NFL, baseball, that's purely incredible. But we would like to take this moment, and we would like to thank our head sponsors. Tonight's game brought to you by Horizon Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services, the premier heating and air conditioning company. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
HHTV streams most live television events to the district website. To view the stream, click on the link located at the right-hand side of the homepage where you can find an event live stream schedule. Now you can tune in from anywhere on your computer and most mobile devices.
All right. Tonight's game is brought to you by Horizon Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning Services, the premier plumbing, heating, and air conditioning company. And by Fast Signs. More than fast, more than signs. It's Fast Signs with 2 locations in Montgomeryville and Doylestown. 30 seconds here left in the halftime intermission. Hatters, what do you think they got to do? What do you think they got to do to make it a win?
I think you got to score early. I think you got to get out of the halftime and score. Put the pressure on Central Bucks West to come out and play their game because they're going to want to score too. But you got to get that first goal. You got to make them now play the comeback kids. You want to get ahead early.
You know, having an interesting stat, you know, the last time Central Bucks has actually scored less than 3 goals in the first half of play, you have to go back to the first game of the season.
That's huge. You look at the Hatters team being able to keep them out of the net. That's big. I'll put them at 1 goal for the entire half. You score 1-2, you equalize at 1. They're still in this game. Both teams are in this game, and this game can go either way at this point.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it, you know, Hatters, they are the powerhouse. They can be the powerhouse, and they've proven to be the powerhouse. Primarily an older team, you know, they want to get the championship. They want to go off to college saying, hey, we did this for the high school, but you got to look in the backfield as we get ready to start the second half of play here on a Tuesday night at Hatters Stadium. Hatters wearing the white and red traditional. On the left side, defending left. And on the right, Central Bucks West Bucks, Lady Bucks, wearing their black and yellow. So far, with the SOLs in the field hockey wrap from last week, September 9th, in the 5 contests they played at that point, they've outscored their opponents 34-3. That's tonight coming in now, 45-6.
That's huge because if you say 45-6, it's 1-1 here. The Hatters are in this game against a team that's undefeated. People didn't think they're going to win this game. I mean, I thought they're going to win this game. You thought they're going to win this game, but
we have
Central Buck West is like, all right, we're undefeated. They got all the confidence in the world. The Hatters thought they're going to win this, and now they're going out and they're playing the game. They're going to win this game.
You know, they have all the confidence in the world, but earlier you saw the mistakes the defense made that led up that easy goal. But you look at the mistakes that Central Bucks has made. That mistake that led up to the Sid Rousa goal, that wasn't a mistake. That was just pure speed and power. As the Bucks take it back, you know, Hatters, incredible. You know, they've put up a stellar show tonight. You know, coming from a team, last year they were 10-9-5, an average team. Projected this year, looking at their schedule, they wanted to be, 15-6 or somewhere above 10 wins and have an above 500 season. Hatters taking it back, clearing it. Hatters, they possessed it the second half of the first half. And they're coming early into the second half of play. That's what they need to do. They need to dominate early. They need to make plays. They need to make clean passes, and they need to shoot. They need to shoot.
I think really need what you said, shoot. Get this goalie get her head in a bad place. You don't want her to be comfortable in the net. You want her to be nervous that she's going to make a mistake. You got to make her make that mistake.
One of the things I'm seeing is when the Hatters come back around, make a U-turn. They got all that movement on the right side. They can clear a pass. They got to get the pass. They got to make it a good power pass. And if a player gets open, boom, she needs to backhand it or somehow just get it into the goal.
Like Will was saying earlier, they're playing on one side of the field. You got to use the full field. Pass the ball across the field. Use everything you have to try to get this ball into the net.
Exactly, both teams, powerhouses, great defense, great offenses. This is really going to be the tale of the two teams, Both teams, they got to understand, somebody's going to win. This is the tug-of-war match, Central Bucks West, when they scored early, they had that advantage, but they yanked it back, and now it's even, and it's the struggle, it's the power struggle. But thinking about it now, look at where we are, look how much time we have, look at all the potential we have in this game. Hatters really deep in traffic. Shot goes wide.
What they're doing now is really have to do. Keep it in the zone. Put the pressure on the goalie. Keep it out of your own zone. Put it in their zone. Put your shots in the net.
Exactly what you said, Mike. The Hatters playing, I wouldn't say conservatively. I would say a little bit let back, but they're definitely not, not shooting. They're making the runs, but when they make the runs, the defense comes up and takes it, and they kill it. That's the job of a good defense, and the Hatters have done the exact same thing. Now, both teams, they know they can compete, but really, Hatters, they gotta derail this freight train. And right now, this freight train's about, I would say, at about half speed right now. I wouldn't say, they've fallen off the curve, because, they're still, both teams are still in this.
1-1 game. This game could go either way.
25:43 left here in the second half of play. Bucks have it. Great defense by Gabby Acker. Whoa. As the parents of the Hatters are getting involved into it. There'll be a card issued. All right, we got the replay of that. Look at number 19 for the Bucks. Kimberly Hitchcock got the card. As you can see, that play right there, it was a full body check right there. She went down, she slid. Luckily, it's AstroTurf, and it's a little bit softer, but if you play it on like a dust bowl, that's gonna hurt.
Definitely gonna hurt.
Looking at Avier's she took that ball right off the knee. She got it right back up, and she almost got killed by the Bucks goalie, but she got up, she got right back in and played. And that's what the Hatters are. They're resilient. They're a primarily young team, but with age, resilience. The younger girls, they're into it. They know the system a lot better.
These girls are tough. They're not backing down. They're going after everything, playing a physical game. That's really what you got to do. Just can't get too physical, but play your game.
Buck cleared into the Hatters' territory. Whistle will be blown. Now looking at the storylines. Now, along with the key returners, the Hatters have excellent returning starters listed in the others to watch that stepped up as big last season and progressed it en route to the States. Along with the desire to learn and contribute of all of our players, new and experienced, this combination of Hatters makes her a winning combination. Said from the head coach, Lauren Swayze, the players to watch, Jamie DeQuatro, Keely Henry. We got college commitments. We got Emily Bronwell, who's going to the University of Richmond. She's committed to play field hockey. Jenica Tilley, number 4, senior. She's committed to William & Mary to also play field hockey. Sid Rouse, number 2, the junior. She's committed to play lacrosse at University of Delaware. That's a surprise. Sid Rouse, an amazing lacrosse player. Casey Swayze, Princeton. Casey Swayze, she's been the powerhouse of this team. She's got the height advantage. She's got the speed. She's got the power. What do you think the impact of losing these 4 key players in the next year or 2, what do you think it's going to have on the team?
Well, I think next year it's going to be tough. You look, goalie situation with losing Emily Broadwell. She's a key part of this team, and even the lacrosse team as well. Losing these people, it's going to hurt. Sid's here next year to help the offense move. I think defensively, they're still going to be strong. They're a young team defensively. But offensively, you lose 2 key players. You need 2 more spots you got to fill, and it depends on how you're going to fill them.
Yeah. 2 years ago, lacrosse team 10-9-5. Last year, 15-8-1. SOL record 9-5, third in the Continental Division. There's 3 divisions: National, American, and Continental. 4th in district playoffs. Pretty good team. 5th in states. That tough game, loss against Wissahickon. But this team, can they do it this year? I have absolutely all the confidence in the world that they're going to do it this year. 24-26 left in the second half of play. Looks like it's going to be a penalty shot for the Bucks. See how they're going to attack it. She went early. Normally on the penalty shot, you see them swing back and forth almost like a golf shot, or Ryan Howard in his baseball stance with the bat, you know. He goes back and he goes up and then he finally swings. You're supposed to do that in field hockey, and I thought it'll be called early, as the whistle's shown there. Bucks try to make it. Good stop by Braunwell. Great save.
Wow, what a save.
Another penalty shot. 23, it's early. A little over 24 minutes left. What do you think that right now it's been dominated by the Hatters? Now, this is the first time where the Bucks really have had a chance. What do you think the Bucks need to do? As that shot is absolutely a great save by Braunwell. Hatters are trying to clear it. Hatters do successfully clear it. Acker's trying to make a run. The Bucks will take it with number 39, Jacqueline Fitzgerald. Acker, great defensive play by Acker. Acker still has it. Hatters are trying to make a run here, make it a 2-1 lead. You know, talking about this, we do go into overtime and we do shootouts, but it's not very common where you see a double overtime and a shootout in field hockey. Most of these games are settled maybe 1 overtime early. Bucks still have it in the Hatters territory. Bucks trying to make a move. Great stop by Braunwell.
Gotta get out of your zone there.
I think the Hatters need to take a breath. They need to calm down. They need to get their head mentally focused because, as you can see, Hatters, what is that, the 5th shot already in the second half?
Yeah, you gotta keep it out of your own zone. You gotta get into your own zone, get shots on this Central Bucks West goalie and put pressure on her. She's too relaxed right now in the net.
It's almost like she's just standing there as a person in the uniform. She really hasn't had a lot to do tonight, but Braunwell's been kept busy almost because the defense, I wouldn't say they're giving up, but it's getting through the holes, and Central Bucks West, they're deadly when it gets through the holes.
I think the West Bucks have made an adjustment now this second half, and they're finding the holes in this defense and keeping it in their zone.
Now looking back in the last game they played, Central Bucks West, Pennsbury won. You know, that game was an overtime win. You know, and then going back to the game against Souderton, it was 3-1 in the first half. Not too bad, but in the second half, unstoppable. They didn't give up a single goal. However, they did score 2 of their own. And in the first half, 17 minutes, 42 seconds in between goals. How crucial is that?
That is huge because you're not scoring often. You're not in the game, I guess. You're kind of out of it.
Bucks are getting into it. As you say there, that's a big amount of time, all that possession, it was mainly by the Hatters, but they didn't come up with it. How huge does this defense need to actually make the shots, take the shots, and score with it? As the Hatters get it cleared, number 2, Sid Rouse is trying to make a run, trying to get her second goal tonight. And as we said earlier, the orange or red lines is the dimensions. It's about a yard off the sidelines of the football field, but it's end zone to end zone. So they're playing with about 300 feet in between goals. And it's pretty good. Rouse confused the defense right there, but the defense recovers very quickly. 20-16 left. White ball. As number 7, Gabby Acker's going to take it. Acker to Cotilli. Hatters, great stop by the Bucks defense. Don't see Hopkins. Hatters will get it back as they go for the penalty shot.
This is big here. You got to score.
As we said earlier, penalty shots look a lot like soccer, except it's girls with sticks instead of guys standing there like soldiers. Number 7, Gabby Acker will attempt to make a statement with the Hatters. Swayze lets it get her past her. As you look at Swayze on the field, she's got 7-8 inch height advantage to these girls. She's got speed and she's got power. They need to pass it to her just a little bit more, and she needs to get open so that they can make those runs.
I think getting Casey involved really helped this team. Help her use her size to take over the West.
Ball's cleared by the Bucks. Bucks trying to make a run. Number 7 for the Bucks, Kadara Smith. We've said her name a lot tonight. She's making the runs. She's clearing the Hatters defense. Bucks trying to make a run about the 25-yard line. Now looking right now, this game could potentially go into overtime. And overtime, first goal in overtime wins the game. So hopefully the Hatters can pick up momentum. They can get the lead, stick with the lead, and derail this offensive and defensive freight train that is the Bucks. And I don't want to use this metaphor as a pun, but the buck stops here. The Bucks have stopped offense. They've stopped the defense from pretty much doing their job by scoring all those points in just a matter of 5-6 games. Ball is cleared by the Hatters. Number 4, Emily Halderson for the Bucks clears it back into the Hatters territory. Hatters are trying to do something here. 17:40 left to go. See what Swayze can do. Swayze lifts it to Rusnak. Ball gets past Rusnak. To Hopkins. Hopkins trying to make a run here. No good. Hatters still do have possession. Let's see what they can do. Ball gets past number 4, Jenna Cotilli. Hannah Hall earlier had the great defensive skills. Sid Rouse, she has the only goal for the Hatters, but the Bucks cleared it. Bucks are trying to get away with it. Number 7 for the Bucks, Kadara Smith. Still, she's been the offensive powerhouse. She's making holes through the defense. She's doing an incredible job.
She's only a sophomore, too. You look at a sophomore running the Central Bucks West offense. Pretty crazy.
It wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't do lacrosse in the springtime, too. Most of these girls, they play 2 sports, field hockey and lacrosse. That's most common. You know, it's almost like the Eagles and their come from behind victories. It's almost as if the Hatters are trying to play two players themselves. As you can see, the Hatters fans saying that was a scrum.
Get a little into it.
This is almost seemed like a football game, except with a little bit more excitement. We got a replay. Well, as they set up for the penalty shot, we can see if we can get a replay of that nasty collision. Hopefully everybody's okay, as they look like it is. 15:20 left here in the second half of play. Rusnak misses it. Bucks clear. Now it is a tug of war, and so far the Bucks are pulling a little bit harder. They're pulling that train. Bucks trying to go. Great block by Braunwell.
She's been magnificent in the second half. Really keeping the Hatters in the game tonight.
Lights out. That one mistake goal that she had early in the first half, that was just a mistake. You know, letting it in on that right-hand side lower, you can't really do anything about that. She tried kicking it. It was a slow ball. She just got a little bit too much on top. And that's what caused the mistake. That's what led to the 1-0 game. But that power shot by Sid Rouse, that was just fair and square goal. .14:10 left. Now Hatters, they really need to make a statement here now. The corner by the Bucks. Hatters need to get it. They need to take advantage of it now. Looking at the opposite side of the field, they don't have anybody open. They need to use that other side of the field, and they really do need to get it going.
I think they really got to keep it in their zone. They've been in their own zone all night, and Emily's been taking many shots this second half. It's been absolutely incredible.
Emily, she's almost a brick wall. You know, with those pads on, you know, Emily Braunwell already, she is a strong human being. She is incredibly talented. And putting those pads on, she is pretty much a fly trap. Hatters trying to make a statement here. They need to do something quick, or else this game is going to get out of hand, and going to get out of hand fast. Both defenses have been lights out, but the offenses, Hatters are really playing it conservative. It almost looks like they're starting to get tired out there. Being it's still only about 8:15 at night, I wouldn't say they're too tired, but it's enough to the point where you're running around for about an hour. You know, you're going to be tired. You are going to be tired. You know, you're taking balls off the shins. You're getting hit by sticks. You're getting pushed. You know, this is a physically demanding game.
These girls been running around all night. They got to be somewhat exhausted by this point.
Now, and then when you go into double overtime and then you go into shootout. Ball's cleared by the Bucks. Little under 13 minutes left. You know, they got to do something. Considering the first goal in the first half was scored at 7 minutes in. Then the second goal, 17 minutes, 42 seconds later. Little late. But right now, there hasn't really been a lot. But both teams unstoppable defense. Ball is cleared. Hatters trying to do something. They did have the ball, but again, cleared by the Bucks. Been more one-sided half, Bucks still having possession. Timeout's called. Stoppage with 11:36 left. Veterans Monument to honor community members who served in one of the 6 branches of the armed forces. The monument can only be built with your help. To donate, please send a check payable to Veterans Monument. Mail the check to Hatboro-Horsham High School, 899 Horsham Road, Horsham, Pennsylvania. All proceeds will go towards the building of the monument. .11:36 on the clock when the timeout was called. Offensive strategy. Where do you go from here?
For the Lady Hatters,
Both teams.
I think for the Lady Hatters, you really got to get possession and just get shots on this goalie. I don't think she's taken one shot yet this half. And I think for the Bucks, just got to keep pouring it on Emily Barnwell and make her make the mistake. They've put the pressure on already. It's just they got to keep doing it. If they don't keep it consistent, then Emily's going to get more comfortable in the net as she's making saves left and right now, and I think she's got to keep pouring it on.
Here's one of the fantastic saves by Emily Barnwell. Goes right through there. Excellent kick. Play will resume with 11:36. Hatters, they need to do something, It's starting to get to that point where everybody's fatigued. Everybody wants to win. You want to stop this momentum.
11:36 left in the game. There's a lot of time.
Looking at it, still, look at the time that Central Bucks has had and look at the mistakes the Hatters have made. Defense, it gets through the holes. And the Hatters, I wouldn't say they need to work on that really, really, really good, but they need to find where their holes are. And they can't, keep letting Central Bucks, wiggle their way through because that's what's happening, and Hatters aren't getting good chances off of it. Ball is in the Bucks' territory. Ball is cleared into the Hatters' territory. Some of the fans saying, where's the Hatters' offense? Need to shoot the ball and keep the pressure on. Bucks still playing aggressive offense. Ten minutes left.
Still a lot of time.
The dimensions, they're using every bit of the dimensions. Same dimensions as football, just a little bit wider. Hatters trying to make a run. Ball is deflected. Hatters got it about the 15-yard line if you're looking at it from the football standpoint. High sticking. It's going to be a penalty shot for the Hatters. Gabby Acker's going to take it from the crease. From here, you need to see where they are. And most importantly, you need to make the play. You need to get the shot across. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad shot. You still need to put that pressure on the defense.
Got to put the shot on the goal, make the goal, and make the save.
I think there's only been, 2 instances where the goalie, Brianna DeAngelis, I think there's only been, 2 instances where she's had to move this half?
I think so. She really didn't have any pressure on her all night.
Just missing. Central Bucks will take it. If that shot, had a little bit more power on, maybe about 3 feet more to the left, we could have been talking to a 2-1 game. Acker has it. Hatters still have it. Bucks are still using every inch of that space. Ball will be given over to Central Bucks. Still 8 minutes left. Pretty decent amount of time for both teams to get a goal. Bucks clear it. Hatters defense is there. Hatters will get it. Let's see what they do here. Looks like it'll be stick to the shin, Central Bucks possession. Central Bucks possession again. You know, looking at it, there hasn't been really many physical battles other than that collision with Rusnak and the Central Bucks goalie, and a couple other instances where there's been a couple cards thrown, but not really anything that's would amount to like a pretty decent physical game.
No, they haven't really been physical tonight. It's pretty surprising to think they, at this point in the game with 6 minutes left, they're going to want to be physical to get the ball into their own zone.
Acker's trying to make a run. Hatters have a chance. Open holes. Less than 6:30 to go. At this point, you got to start thinking about who's getting tired. Can we make a substitution to get some fresh legs in there?
Yeah, I think we played almost a full game now with 6 minutes left. These players are tired. They've been running around all night. They're exhausted. I think it's time to get some fresh legs in. But at this point, you got your starters in. These are the guys, people you want at the end of the game. These are the girls you want to help you win a game late. And I don't know if you can make those substitutions at this point.
Yeah, at this point, and you do got to also worry, if the substitutions come in, they don't know what they're going up against. They make that goal, that could be the game.
It's hard to come in off the bench and come out and score right away. You got to get people in that have been there all game. They know what's going on. They know that they're finding their own holes while they're out on the field.
It's almost like a pinch hitter in baseball. You know, you can sit there on the bench and you can see the pitcher, but when they do a counter move and they bring in a different pitcher that you've never seen before, then you're pretty much going up and swinging at anything. You know, the Hatters, with 5 minutes left, they need to go up there, they need to make solid contact and make those contact shots so they can push and push and push, maybe to get that edge and maybe slip one through. Ball is cleared. Hatters trying to make a run. Ball is kicked out by the goalie. Ball is almost to the 40-yard line. You know, at this point, you got to start thinking, where do we make the mistakes and how do we make them better? .430 left. At this point, what are you thinking the Hatters defensively? What do they need to do?
They need to stand tall and just don't let the Bucks get in their zone. Don't let them get shots on goal. Don't put pressure on Emily to make a save. Put the pressure on the other goalie and get shots in your own zone.
Hatters have it. Rousa, let's see if she can make another goal tonight. Rousa's making a run. Defense by the Bucks. 4 minutes left.
Bucks had great defense all night.
Hatters will get it. This could be the lucky break the Hatters are getting. Acker. Bucks get it again. 3:30 left. It's starting to get interesting here. Both defenses and offenses are playing aggressive hockey. You know, what you got to do is you got to make the mistake defensively for the Bucks. They got to make that mistake for the Hatters to take advantage and get that goal. Great defense by the Hatters. Casey Swayze. Hatters will get it after the ball off the foot. 2:45. Ball will go out. Hatters will get it again. 2:30. Now is the time. Make it a thrilling finish and hold on to it for that time. Hatters trying to make a run. Great stop by Avery Cox. No, Brianna DeAngelis, sorry about that. Brianna DeAngelis in goal. Two minutes. Hatters defense and offense both putting on a good show. Bucks making a run for it. About the 30-yard line. Hatters defense coming up with it. Bucks no. Bucks are making a run. Can they get the shot off in time? .135 left. Very interesting defensive strategy. 1:30 left. CB West scores. 2-1 Bucks with 1:25 remaining. Here's a replay.
That's a tough goal to give up late.
Right
nice
through
shot.
the legs. Kadara Smith, we've said her name a lot tonight. I think CB West, they can continue. This is the game, you know. They can remain undefeated, you know, into this game. We knew it was going to be close. Both teams offensive and defensive powerhouses. 1:26 remaining. Coming up on the HHTV schedule, September 23rd, we bring you boys soccer varsity, Hatboro-Horsham versus Souderton. October 7th, 7 p.m., girls soccer versus Quakertown. October 13th, 7 p.m., volleyball, HH versus Abington. That's a good matchup. And October 24th, the last home game of the season for the boys football as they take on the Upper Dublin Cardinals. That should be an interesting football game to watch. Upper Dublin's already having a good season. However, the Hatters are 0-3.
Much room to improve there for that football team. I think they've had a tough schedule to start.
35-6 loss against Penridge, 40-13 against Quakertown, and then 28-13 against Lansdale Catholic. This Friday, come out and watch the Hatters. 7 p.m. kickoff against the Upper Moreland Golden Bears. 1:25 left as we get ready. Hopefully the Hatters can pull off a miracle and derail this freight train.
Gotta get multiple shots on right here.
1:15 to go. Bucks have it deep in the Hatters' territory. At this point, looking at it from the Central Bucks team standards, what you got to do now, you just got to run the clock down and get that win. For the Hatters, it's more into recovery mode. Don't give up anything else, but also try to make the effort. Less than a minute to go. Hatters making a run. Hatters get it through the Bucks defense. 45 to go. Hatters will regain possession. Bucks
Great effort by Sydney to keep that ball in.
Bucks
wasn't
will get
enough.
20 seconds left. 15. Looks like the Bucks unstoppable. 10 seconds to go. Hatters will get it. And that'll be it. The Bucks remain undefeated, 8-0, 5-0 in league conference. Bucks come away with it 2-1. Last minute 26 left. They get the goal, the final decisive goal.
I think if you're the Hatters, you can't be disappointed in this loss. It is a tough loss, late goal, but they played their hearts out. They're an undefeated Bucks team, and they played a great game, honestly. I think they put the shots on net. Second half, they weren't there as much, and it just wasn't there tonight.
You know, final score 2-1. Everybody was expecting a blowout. People were thinking, oh, this should be 9-1, 8-4. You know, people thinking this is going to be a game where the Hatters lose. They had a chance 95% of the game. That 5% was mistakes, and in that last 2 minutes where that momentum really was yanked back into the Bucks zone. Final score 2-1 here. But really, when you think about it, it was a great team effort. So you can't be disappointed. All right. Well, that'll do it for tonight's game. The final score is CBWest 2, Hatboro-Horsham Lady Hatters 1. A special thanks to the HHTV crew for a great production. For everyone, I'm Bill Rowland, Mike Crompton, Will Tompkins joining me in the booth. Good night from Hatters Stadium, and we'll see you September 23rd as we bring you boys soccer versus Souderton.